Senator Niall Donnghaile.
Minister agus las Cahirlach, I just want to thank and commend Senator Warfield for the legislation he has placed before us for discussion tonight, and I also want, in so doing, to thank members who have contributed thus far to this important debate. But I do also want to take the opportunity, because it's pretty glaringly obvious in the Chamber tonight, just at the level of participation in this issue, because it is, as everyone has acknowledged, regardless of where you fall on this particular bill or the amendment or whatever, we have all acknowledged that this is an issue of crisis levels. It's a statewide emergency in terms of the housing crisis that's being faced by our people. And sometimes you'll get a queue out the door of people coming in at order of business to lament the housing crisis and to talk about homelessness. But then we actually have legislation in front of us that seeks to give expression to the legal standards and requirements that are there for letted properties and other properties. Where are they? So I'm just disappointed at that, and I've no doubt people out there who have an expectation will be watching that debate, because there are some parties and groups in here not even represented at all, and I think that's disappointing. But look, listen, there you go. We heard from Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael in relation to the amendment, and we won't be supporting the amendment. We'll be opposing it because we believe in parliamentary procedure. And as Senator Warfield outlined at the beginning, once bitten, twice shy. We have got to the situation before where we have brought what we consider to be very reasonable legislation in the form of the bill for votes at 16 that Fintan and Lynn brought in. We had parties oppose that and seek to delay it, despite their own party policy being for it in some instances. And then, when it came back eventually, after the 6 months without any engagement, we're told it was opposed because there's going to be apparently a referendum that's virtually non-existent. Well, it's not virtually non-existent, it is non-existent. So what we have done by submitting this legislation at second stage is to give government and our colleagues in the Seanad notice, is to follow the procedure so that all of the engagement that is the norm with parliamentary procedure and legislative protocol can take place. That members can come back at committee in additional stages to amend, to tweak, to endorse, to oppose, to support, whatever they want to do, the legislation. So I don't understand why, on one hand, you can endorse the sentiment of this bill, tell everyone that you agree with it, tell everyone that we need adverts standardised and made appropriate and in tune with the legal requirements, but then say, but we'll do it in 6 months. You know, we'll do it somewhere down the line. I'm one of the probably many members of this Oireachtas who, when we first travelled to Dublin, had to go on to some of these websites to look and see about how we're going to stay in the city to carry out our parliamentary work and obligations. And I can tell you, some of them don't even dress it up in terms of false advertising. Some of them would scare you in terms of what's being offered to people while they're coming into work, coming into study, coming in to live, or find themselves here under more unfortunate circumstances. So we have the opportunity in this Seanad to do something about it. And I don't know if it's a party political decision or not. At the last Sinn Féin PMB, possibly maybe the one before that, I actually made the point that there was a wee bit of a pattern emerging, that despite the very collaborative approach that this Seanad takes to issues that unite us, when Sinn Féin brings legislation to this House, even if it chimes with people's own stated party or individual policy, people melt like snow off a ditch. They don't want to know. So you'll appreciate and understand why we are extremely reluctant, given the importance of this issue, given what the bill seeks to do, and given the work that Senator Warfield and Connor in his office have done on this bill. We won't be seeking to long-finger it. We'll be seeking to put it to the people because we believe something needs done, and be assured that people will know, and we will be all too willing, and I think rightly, to redden the faces of those who come in here day and daily and lament the housing crisis, and then when they have the opportunity to do something legislatively about it, are nowhere to be found.